Next in trigonometry, we're going to talk about something that comes up quite a bit, and that's what's called a negative angle. Um, Negative angles are just angles or rotations that are done in reverse of normal. So normally we start at 0 and we rotate like this. We rotate around from first quadrant to second to third to fourth. Well, we can also rotate in reverse. It's completely fine. There's nothing weird about it at all. But when we rotate in reverse, those angles are now negative. So that has different types of logic to it as well. All the other rules still apply with negative angles. The negative just means the rotation is kind of backwards. Um, so what we can do here is let's try a counter or an example. So if we have this angle theta, okay. Now, if we did the same thing backwards, that would be called negative theta. Now, what kind of properties does negative theta have for us? And this would be the same, and you could see, this is not just one example, but if I made my theta over here, negative would be over here. So you can keep it going or along further and further. But this is just an example, but what kind of properties can we see from here? Well, let's look at the cosine. The cosine of negative theta. Well, we can see here, they look like they have the same x-coordinate, which is the same thing as cosine. Cosine of negative theta is actually the same thing as cosine of theta. It's fascinating. It's nice. So whether I count forward or backward, the x-coordinate is going to be the same. So if I go the same distance this way, same distance this way, I'll have the same x-coordinate. Quite kind of nice. Now the sine of negative theta, well, that's going to be the opposite, because I'm going to be moving backwards. I'm opening up away from here in the same distance in each direction. So this is actually the opposite of regular sine. Now, tangent of negative theta. So this tangent of negative theta is also opposite because, well, cosine stays the same, sine changes. So we have a negative tangent of theta. So we can go backwards, forward, whatever we want, and always relate it back to an angle on the unit circle, which is quite nice. So negative angles, again, kind of like what we showed before with adding or subtracting angles of 360 degrees, you could also add 360 degrees, and that would be completely legit. So we'll go through some examples and show you how to do this next.